Well, guys, we're going to be doing a little bit of a preview on Mortal Kombat 1. As you can see right here, we've got MK1 playing on the PS5 right there. And on the other, right there is the Switch version. That's right, it's working. Notice some stuff? It's actually working very good. Watch this. That's actually pretty decent frame rate and stuff. Now, as you can see, the Switch version is the one I haven't been doing too much with right now, but I have been playing it. It's just I went through the entire story mode and other stuff. Plus, I do actually have a day job, so there's that. And I've had some other things to worry about too. But I have to say, this is really good. Now, at the same time, there's an IGN video out right now that I just saw, which basically shows off the Switch version, but I think it was done in dock mode. This is clearly not dock mode. This is a OLED, the OLED version right here, so bigger screen, better picture quality, and so forth. And what's really impressive is just how good it looks. Now, we're going to show off a couple of characters, so hold on. I've got the controller right over here. Come on. It takes a little bit, but there you go. There's Shang Tsung. I've always noticed that in the case of Shang Tsung, he almost always has this hair stuff going on for his character model. It was like this both with MK1 and also MK11 too, by the way, which is it's okay. As you can see, the character model is pretty cool. Sorry, I am getting a little bit of bleed through from the TV monitor that I use. Sorry about that. But you can actually see how good the quality is. And, except for a couple of characters, they actually do look pretty good. For example, let's see what I mean. And yes, I do have a Pro controller. Anyways, let's take a quick look up and we'll go and do some other stuff. As you can see here, the Switch is a lot slower in other areas. Whereas if I do this with the PS5, it's like instantaneous. There's Scorpion. Hold on. And of course, my camera doesn't want to focus. It does not want to focus. Come on, focus. So there's actually some good quality there. It looks a lot better when you're physically getting a chance to look at it in person, but not bad. Now let's take a look. All right, so the modes here are basically the same. You have up top, as you can see right there, that's the your physical profile. Over here is the store. Yes, there's an actual store. And as you can see here, we're currently on consumables. Now let's go up. There's your first set of stuff. You have campaign with story, invasions, and towers. And yes, this does have, see, look, the invasions, the towers. Then your second mode is, of course, your versus, which includes both local, online, and you have a tournament mode. Then you have here customization. Notice it's all in case, which includes, by the way, fighter and the cameo characters. See, look here. I have to remember which buttons to push because Nintendo has a different setup for their system versus everybody else. Go figure. There we go. The cameos are about the only real issue I've had in the game so far because they kind of take up stuff. There's Frost. I'm on Frost. So yeah, it does take a little bit, but they are just as impressive as anybody else. Although I'm a little surprised by that. All right, not too much. All right. So you can customize your character. You can even customize them. Here's the learner. There you have practice, tutorial, and of course, fatality, AI. And then, of course, there's extra, which includes this thing called the shrine. That's your new crypt, by the way. They totally got rid of the old crypt. That's gone. Go figure. But as you can see here, pretty cool. And then there's collection. And yes, I'm sorry, it's not, you know. And so far, guess what? It's all here. It is literally all here. I'm actually pretty impressed. God, I have to keep. All right, let's actually, you know, get into something real quick. Now, unfortunately, unlike what's going on right here, I have Shang Tsung to check it out, fighting the Tara in the corrupted forest. All right. So the first one to pop up is your prime character, but look there, it's actually all there on the Switch. Pretty decent quality. All right, we're gonna play Shang Tsung as well. And let's copy it. There's the Tara. Now you'll notice here they also have a spot for Havoc. You can't unlock Havoc until you complete the story mode, but he is in the game. So pretty cool. The Tara is pretty cool. She is actually a pretty decent character, as you can see there. So let's get her. Now we get for our cameos. And I'm basically doing Frost first. So right there. You also have Sanctor, Cyrax. And as you can see right there, you have about, shit, come on. And it goes all the way to Jack. As you can see there, you have 5 other characters. You have Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Old School, Kung Lao. You have Sujinko and Mutaro. Not a bad list. And from what I understand, there will be more characters coming too. But it actually does that. That's cool. All right, we're gonna pick. That actually moves pretty fast, to be fair. I'm impressed with it. Hi, look at that. Nice little reflection trick right there. But yeah, that's the living forest. Unfortunately, this is what's going to happen. The corrupted forest. Sorry, living forest, corrupted forest. See, like, pretty cool, huh? Oh, shit. Yeah, there's a little loading thing. There's my computer. Pretty nice setup. Oh, come on. Yes, this is happening in real time. I want to make this video short, but you're actually getting to see it in, working. So, oh, here we go. Here we go. There's the corrupted forest. Ah, damn. A moment. Let's take a look at the back here. See the head back there? Yes. Yeah, you can see it, right? The PS5 version is actually moving. The Switch isn't, but the quality level in the Switch version is kind of shocking. Actually, to be fair, pretty good. Now, oh, that was cool. Damn. Oh, sorry. Watch it. All right, that's pretty cool. All right. Same characters at all. Although to be fair, This doesn't do it any justice, by the way. It really doesn't. But I do give this a pass. I mean it too. I really do give it a pass. All right. That was even pretty good. All right, watch this. Shit, I'm trying. I don't know how well you can see it, but the frame rate is actually working pretty well here. If you look. Again, it's a lot smoother in real life, but it's actually holding up, I believe, to the 60 FPS here, except in one area. This is by far the one problem. As you'll notice, it actually slowed down. Although, to be fair, on this screen when I was looking, it's not really that best. There. All right. So that's about the only problem. The frame rate drop whenever the cameos pop in. This has been my biggest problem with it. But for what I'm seeing right here, for just the quality and stuff, I mean, it's incredible. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get the extra movement out of the backgrounds and stuff. Remember, we're going from something that's got like over 90 to 100 gigs with 4K level graphics, so many teraflops and computing power to something that's basically still in PlayStation 4 and Xbox One's level for crying out loud. And yet, it still runs. That's pretty impressive. Oh, my mirror. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, actual showing performance and stuff. And let's be fair, it is actually pretty cool. First off, let's be clear. The story mode is where I suggest anybody goes to first. There is actual content unlocked there that you're not going to get anywhere else. So do remember that. Also, there is the point of unlocking Havoc. There are exclusive trophies and achievements and stuff. You will also have to worry about the currency that's used for the seasonal events. You'll do that by completing the challenges. Some of it will be awarded. There are two main areas to get the currency because there are about actually four currencies in the game. The primary gold currency that you get to spend on the shrine and certain other things. There's, of course, the silver currency, which is exclusive for the seasonal event, which right now, as I recall, is like 44 days until it's over. You have an exclusive currency in the invasion mode, which you use with good old Collector from MK11. That's really cool. He's back. And the final currency is the digital currency, your microtransaction currency. So there's that. Those are it. Those are all that you have. Now the good news is the other three are all in game, which is cool. Even getting the silver currency for the exclusive items that you can buy, which by the way are in the microtransaction section, which you can buy, are only available when you play in story and a little bit in story, but mostly the towers and the invasion. You don't earn anything in multiplayer. Now, the cool thing is you have, of course, the local ability to play and the online and the tournament. Now, I don't know about tournament. You might be able to earn something there. I just haven't seen. I'm too busy just trying to get through all of the content and stuff because you do have progression. This time it's a like an RPG level progression. You'll gain a little bit every time you win a fight or something, and it goes slowly up, and it goes up on the character. and the cameos. So the longer you play with a character, the more stuff you will actually unlock, which is pretty cool. And I'm working on Frost right now first. So I've already unlocked a color palette for her and a brutality, which is pretty cool. Now the cameos move much slower than the main cast, but you get the hint. And every time a character gets played to a certain degree, they unlock certain content. So I'm already like, ooh, what all can I get? There's a lot of content. Oh, the cameos are cool. The Switch is the only time when they're kind of like a little bit of a hindrance because the frame rate will slow down a little bit. But to be fair, I'm not too worried about that. I think the game has had a little patch because it does seem to be moving a lot smoother now than when I first downloaded the game and started playing it, which was literally that night, that Thursday night when I got home and I did all the videos. So there's that. As for story has several things in it, including stuff you're going to find in Invasion, which is kind of like those special towers you had in like 11 or 10. And there will be challenges, there will be matches. The cool thing is you can also level up those characters too. There are actual level matches. And no, I won't show you. I'll tell you. There's an actual achievement on both PlayStation and Xbox um, that is literally an old favorite thing for me. It's a throwback to the original Sega Genesis. If you've ever played that game, there's a code that pops up in this one screen that's got all this writing, and it's just filling in slowly. And if you enter this code, ABACABBB, it will unlock the blood code. Now that's cool for me because I actually have down there a Sega Genesis at home's game console that was made from at Lela. I can't even say it right. The At Games company. By the way, this one also has an actual Sega Genesis cartridge bay, so I can put in real cartridges and play them too, which is cool. Um, but one of the games that's in there is actually MK1, 2, and 3. That's freaking fantastic. Oh man, that's fantastic. So, well, and I just ate dinner too, so I'm feeling it. So there's all that. Now the story mode has test your might elements. It has certain other little things, and you have, of course, the same classic thing. You have the four matches, and then your character will move on to another character. Every once in a while, though, your character will have either more than four, or one of the matches will be very specialized, um, which is kind of cool. And also, depending upon the character you're playing and how they do stuff, they will have certain skills that'll be very different. For example, Kung Lao, as we've seen in some of the video, is the first character you really get to play with. And he has four matches dealing with the Lin Kuei in Madame Bo's place. Well, if you paid attention, then you know that he doesn't have his famous racer hat yet. And in fact, it's through that meeting that he finally gets the idea. And he actually throws his hat at Sub Zero, but it doesn't do anything. He's like, and then he throws this metal ring thing. And he's like, oh, that works. And one of the jokes is later on, Raiden's like, he's like, I shall thank Sub Zero. He's like, see, it's not effective. And Raiden's like, okay, it's too effective. Little funny stuff like that happens in these story modes, and also I feel make the game bigger and better. And I'm just so surprised by that. And it's that little thing. For example, in Raiden's case, he eventually gets the medallion that gives him his powers, but he doesn't have them in like his first couple of fights. You have to literally do all that kind of special stuff without any of his cool, power, or just electrocuting the shit out of people. And it forces you to get better. Plus, it means as the story progresses, you'll get better characters and better things, and you'll see how they become that way. And it also forces you to fight differently. This also means sometimes you'll encounter a character that you're fighting who has no cameo character, and other times you will have no cameo character. So there's that. So they really did build the story mode out really well. And yes, there is like this hidden sort of, I think, ending and stuff. Needless to say, it's a pretty cool game. I can't wait for the next major update to this game, the characters to start coming out, and whatever the heck they're planning, because clearly I think there's a lot more coming in the future. There is also one other thing. Do not play the tower modes, to unlock the character endings until you've done everything in story, because there are certain endings that are major spoilers to the whole story. And in fact, even in multiplayer, both online and offline, there's dialogue some of these characters will say that they're like, "Oh, what the heck is going on now?" Major plot spoilers. So try to avoid that if you can. Also, the story mode has major replayability factors because you can do more stuff. And I'm about this close to actually starting to go through it again. Plus, I still have to do the Switch. So there's a lot of content to work through here. It's a huge game. It's massive. And this is still in its early stage too, by the way. I mean, we're still seeing this game, in all fairness, it's not even finished. And I mean, look at this. I'm like, I've got my Switch control. Damn, I haven't used this one in a while. I'm gonna have to clean it. It's kind of dusty. Oh well. By the way, this feels really good in my hands. Haptic feedback, well, at least the Nintendo version, is HD Rumble. Damn good. Even that one has a pretty good feel function too. And there's other stuff. Now, I haven't talked about PS5 yet though. Now I don't know anything about how the Xbox runs right now, so I'm sorry about that. But I do know that uh, the PS5 is almost like instantaneous loading. I've literally gone from hopping into stuff like almost instantaneous. Literally, you see the characters thing runs up, and then boom, you are in and fighting. That's how fast it is. The frame rate is buttery smooth at 60 FPS. The um, the 4K is beautiful. There's actual environmental interaction. It's nowhere near as good as 10 or 11. You can't pick up a lady and throw her across the room, apparently. And I haven't figured out if there are any stage fatalities yet. Kind of feel like there should be, but we ran into that in MK10 as well, and that was a major update to the whole series. So there's that. And also, the one thing I didn't show is that there's actually your own personal account to your game level. This constantly goes up too, and the more that goes up, the more cameo fighters you'll also unlock, as well as other special abilities and functions. 5 and 10 will unlock Scorpion and Sub Zero. And if you don't believe me, go check it out on the internet. It's right there. There's also a pretty cool song, which is also available on this one. I don't know if it's in the soundtrack or not. I really hope it is because I believe they're calling it Second Chance. It's pretty cool. The frame rates are incredible. 4K is incredible. I swear in Johnny's mansion, it looks like there's ray tracing all over the place from lighting as well as other stuff. He's got reflective floors. There's pools. And there's a pool floating around. Ooh, I need to check that out on both systems again. Oh, it's just cool. And also, one of the first places you go in Invasion is Cage Mansion. Literally, you're literally exploring his entire mansion. And there's some cool Easter eggs in there too, because hold on a second. I have this Midway Arcade Treasures 2. Notice some of the games that are right there. There's MK3 2, Primal Rage, Rampage. Guess what? What is it right there? Primal Rage and that Rampage, they're actually in Johnny's arcade, which is cool. Actual arcade machines. And yes, Warner Brothers does own the rights to Primal Rage now. I'm actually amazed they haven't remade that game yet. I'm pretty sure they can. Well, that would actually be cool, especially with this kind of technology. Give NetherRealm a chance, man. Let them do Primal Rage. In fact, that'd actually be cool. Hey, NetherRealm, can you give me a Primal Rage character? I wonder if Chaos would be cool to send up against Havoc or our little Sub-Zero, Blizzard, and especially that Velociraptor. Oh yeah, just happy thoughts. But there's a lot of content. There's also special missions, and then there's tutorial stuff thrown in, and there's so much going on. I've actually had battles where I occasionally will hit somebody up in the air, and I'll actually be beating the living crap out of them right up in the air. It's very good. Also, where is it? In the case of the PS5, also, remember we have a speaker right there? I can tell you right now that that speaker has had quite a few things coming out of it. And the feel on just the PS5 controller with this game is great. There are some catches, though. I don't know if it's going to be the same with the Switch, but in this one, when you have to push the buttons to do the test your mights, if you're not paying attention either from the touchpad or these buttons right here, because I'm like putting it on my knee and I'm like, um, you can have an accidental discharge and it'll suddenly do it before you do anything, and you'll see your characters literally get slaughtered. Fair warning. Other than that, it's freaking great. And since the game is basically going to be out tomorrow, I figured what the hell, I'll do this video. So, do I recommend this game? Hell yes. Now, I'll be fair, I am hoping for more updates here to really work on the performance. I don't care if they have to sacrifice a couple of graphics to do it. That's going to be pretty cool. And plus, everybody basically making fun of saying this is MK9. Um, I would actually love to have MK9, MK10, MK versus DC, and even like Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon. I would love to have a collection pack like that I can play on the Switch on the go, including 1, 2, 3, Ultimate, 4. I would love to have that stuff, but we're not getting them anytime soon. There's a lot of great old school characters. Havoc is freaking incredible in this game, and I love the fact of what he does. I mean, one of the scenes where you're testing some of his gear out, he literally rips his head off and holds it forward to the camera. You can literally see parts of his neck hanging down in bloody chunks. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I gotta say, it's pretty cool. I think this video is too long now, but I couldn't slow it down. I had to show this stuff off. Yes, the Switch is going to be the most let's face it, the most problematic version right now, but you have to accept the fact that it's turned into a handheld game. And MK11 actually played very well. And I noticed that over time, in the case of 11, it actually got better in terms of its graphics, frame rate, and even loading. Not by much, but it did get better. And I'm thinking this one's going to get better too. And also, like I said, compared to the first time I played my Switch version, it's much more buttery smooth. It's actually running better. I'm not complaining. And I've been playing it just in handheld mode right now. I haven't even put it on my TV that I have it set up for. But from what I've seen is in handheld mode it does seem to be the best, but on TV mode it's actually doing pretty fine. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it ain't a joke. I'm happy about that. I'm happy the game works. I'm happy it's functional. But we need to wait to see what else is coming. What are they going to add? Please give us back our stage fatalities if you didn't put them in. And I haven't seen hide nor hair about anything with a stage fatality. And I would have thought that would have been kind of a big thing. I mean, I saw plenty of opportunities like Kalavala stage, the movie set, Liquid Mercury. Dude, wham! You get the hit, right? So many opportunities, but I get it. It's a new era. Well, I could just see you do a stage fatality, and all of a sudden in the Dragon King's Stone Army, they come to life and they just start like cool. I am literally just I'm just having a good old time. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notification. I do recommend all the game versions. Get what works best for you. Again, the only version I can't really talk about right now is the Series X, and also if there is an actual PC version, which would actually be kind of cool too. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notification, and I'll see you later.